Hey peeps, what's going on? So this is for people watching this on repeat or whatever. This is like totally off the cuff. I gotta go pick up my wife. I got like 20 minutes to kill, so uh, we're just jumping on here to have some fun. Where's my buttons? Chat. There we go. Now it doesn't look like I'm looking away. Bish Bosh, the man, the myth, the legend. Yeah, I just got this literally today. Gulf of America. Booyah! It's from Grunt Style. My girl, how's it going? So, pretty exciting news going on today in Twitterland. And I just lost you guys. There you are. I live in South Alabama. You're not too far from me. Well, at least it feels like we're close. So one of them that was pretty cool today came out of Spot News, and I'm reading it. KRG guarantees 2025 salaries, boost financial stability. If you guys follow me on Twitter, you saw me post about this. And I wrote, guarantees 2025 salaries, not the January and February salaries that we've been hearing and discussing, but 2025 as a whole. And I know one sure way they can do that with their rate change. Sounds like I'm in a hole. I forgot to bring the microphone around. Ronald, howdy, Alan, Nicology. Hey, buddy, how's it been? You're welcome. Sorry, like I said, I just sat down here. I was like, oh man, let's do a live real quick because I've been super busy the last couple days. Christy, hello. David. Palm Beach, Florida. Oh, I'm missing Florida so much right now. Just disclaimer, I'm not currently in Florida. I've had Florida Jeeper for years. My wife works for Amazon, so we relocate across the country all the time. We're currently in Mississippi, if you believe that or not. Nancy, I wish I could give you some solid news. We have tons of articles, and it's been blown it up today with the everything is pointing to the HCL, and then it's kind of being dwarfed by all the Trump news. Not that I'm complaining at all. Eric, how you doing, buddy? Haven't seen you in a bit. Burbank, California. Yeah, I remember you said that before you were on the West Coast. So our next stop might be looking like Mesa, Arizona, where that's why I've been working like crazy getting the house ready to list it. Wellness, that's probably how it will roll out is in the Gazette. So it could be Forex Gazette notifications. Yeah, I'm like a square peg in a round hole in Mississippi because no offense to Mississippi people, but man, it's like Mayberry around here, and I'm like, I can't. We came from St. Augustine. My wife worked in Daytona, so we traveled back and forth to on 95, like the NASCAR speeds, and then you get here and it's like the Clampets in a Model T pickup truck. How do you solve a problem like me? You know better than ask me that. My man Mark is all over the gut checks. he, I don't know if he was watching my last video or trolling it, but he made a comment on there. So I'm not, no disrespect to Mark, but I don't know guts because my gut's been wrong for the last 4 years. So golf forward, how you doing there, Bridget? There are those that think Trump is going to the Super Bowl as a cover for things, including the RV. I wouldn't put anything past Trump. David's in Louisiana. Christy. I don't know. Someone may just send them the link or something. I don't know. Because someone asked me about my gut yesterday, and I'm like, I don't do gut checks. I'll leave that for Mark. And here's the thing. I have a lot of respect for Mark. And a lot of us, I mean, many people are new and they don't know Mark, but a lot, I mean, how many of us got into this from watching Mark? I keep forgetting the cameras over here. But here's the thing. Mark has a rare form of MS, and he is the oldest living person with his condition that's, obviously still alive. So that man climbs mountains every day just to bring these shows to us twice a day. And whether you watch them or not, I'll get a few minutes of one here or there. But mad respect for him for everything he does, just to put on this, the face and get in front of this camera. Because I can tell you from personal experience, this ain't easy. Looking at cameras, having notes up, and he makes it look easy with streaming and clipping and all that stuff. It's not easy. Christy broke up with him 3 weeks ago. Hey, like him or lump him, you have to give him respect for conquering those challenges every day. Just to get up and face that. That's big time. Kim, you're welcome. All right, guys. So, not to waste time. So, give me some questions or tell me something that you think is interesting that you're reading. Let me get to this one. So, this is from a guy that is in Iraq, and I am not even going to try to attempt his last name. His first name looks like Bassam, Bassim. And he has on here that President Trump appoints Elon Musk to be in charge of money flowing into Iraq. Whether that's true or not, I don't know. The first decision Musk made was to cancel U.S. agency for the international development, which has been funding Iraq for 20 years. So definitely 100% what the Trump administration and Doge and whatever is doing is they're suturing all the places we've been rupturing money, and that it's all, to me, it's all screaming to Sara. So I'm pretty stoked about it. I think we're in a really good place. Christy, will I still move to Arizona? We have a few homes picked out in Arizona up in the mountains. I don't know. I'm definitely going to go back to Florida, to get a place in Florida. I don't know that we'll live there year round, but my heart's in Florida. It always will be. Not from there originally. I grew up in Southwest Ohio. From your perspective, when do you think the budget tables will be sent, if not sent already? That's a good question. I Iraq plays their cards close to the chest, and then when they tell us something, usually it's already done. My guess is that they have the budget tables. They just are not releasing them yet. David, what do you think about the tie-in of Three Gorges Dams? It must go down first. We've heard that forever. I honestly don't know. I mean, with Trump basically telling the CIA, your time's up. it could happen or it could have already been dealt with. I mean, there was definitely been a lot of over the last 4 years, a lot of news about the Three Gorges Dam, but I don't know, you know, how do you know what's real for sure because we're not obviously there. Port Orange. Do you think at the redemption we will get a printout of the exchange? I would imagine that you'll have documentation of everything that you've turned in and exchanged. That only makes sense to me. Yeah, Key West, Key West itself is kind of a den of iniquity, but there's plenty of keys, from there back to Miami that are very, very nice. Mesa, Tommy and Mesa. Yeah, my family, they've all deceased by now, but as a child, we would go out there twice a year, once a year, to see them. They lived in northern Phoenix, so I have not been back to Arizona since then. Christie, Florida it's a lot bigger place than what people really realize. I mean, it's like if you're driving from the Midwest to say Fort Myers, and it takes you 10 hours to get to the border of Florida, guess what? You got 10 more hours to go. I mean, it's like Texas long. Guys, don't worry about double dipping. Double dipping is something that was thought of a long time ago. If it's on Forex, you could go to the bank 10 times. You walk in, go out, walk back in, go out, walk back in, because it's on Forex. It's there's no secret or mystery to it. So that whole double dipping thing was brought about by the redemption center talk about having a contract rate. So if you went in, you got a contract rate. Say the rate's $5 on the street, and then we get $10, and then, so you take the profit from your extra $5, and you went and bought more dinar, and then you try to go back to a redemption center. That's double dipping. So none of us are going to have to worry about that because I don't think, me personally, in my own opinion, I don't think the contractor rate and all that oil for Noir and all that stuff it's me personally. I don't think it's real. I think we're going to get the Forex rate, and that's going to be amazing. Here's the thing about Goldilocks, and people keep bringing up that person, whether I've heard it's a guy or it's a girl. I don't know. I don't care. The thing they lost my following when they were all about the central bank digital currencies and Fed now and all that stuff. That's so deep state. I don't. It's just ridiculous. So I really don't give two flips about what. No offense to you guys. You can share what you want to share, but I personally do not follow Goldilocks. Yep. David, you got it. All right, so Georgia's pretty good. Alan, it could be March, and I'm sorry I didn't read the rest of your question. It could be March. Yeah, that was kind of my thing when Trump got in office, and I'm like, okay, if this doesn't go, like if he doesn't get in there and flip the switch, then it could be you know March, April, quarter two. how do you solve a problem like me? When do you think RFK Jr. will be confirmed? I would think it's going to be soon. I mean, they can't drag this out forever. And I think that's the battleground confirmation, because that's going to be a death blow to big pharma. Blockchain, yeah, I do think it's going to be a lot stronger than 322. Ramadan, yeah, we're back to Ramadan again. The last the last week or the last couple of days of Ramadan is all about blessing others and giving to the poor and paying alms and all that kind of thing. So it could be then. Um, I don't know. Me personally, I'm thinking we're going to be anywhere from like 350, 347, 350, somewhere to $6. And like I've said 1,000 times, Majid's got the math for $13. And I've said it 1,000 times with Shabibi and the program that he put together back in the day when they were only selling oil, and he proved that they could support 18, $20 an hour on the exchange. They have so much more resources and assets now, not to mention tourism, so they can support that all day long. $13 doesn't make sense when you're trading with your neighbor, and they're Kuwait's 340, 347, 360, somewhere in there. Doesn't make sense that they're there and you're at 13. It kind of limits trade unless you have some sort of agreement where you say, okay, for you, my brother next door, we'll exchange at your exchange rate or whatever. So, Goldilocks keeps pushing you to go. That's when Goldilocks, Ed Ocala, Texas Snake, all these guys were in the Seeds of Wisdom thing, and Ed Ocala, God rest his soul, was all about appointments, wealth management, having a team of lawyers, and all. If you want to do that, God bless you. But I am not. I don't think it's necessary at all. Um, when we exchange, then yeah, I will sit down with probably more along the lines of a private banker than just a wealth manager, because they're two separate entities. Um, the private banker is the Mr. Drysdale scenario, to where like they're kissing your butt and doing all kinds of perks to get your money in their banks and stuff. So a wealth manager uh, presents opportunities for you to invest in. So that's kind of the difference. Goldheart, hey, how are you doing there, Andara? Hey, Bruce, oh my God. Yeah, that's the thing. And that's the thing. Uh, Mr. C has said, Mark said, it's simple. It's got to be simple, and and if you think about it, the more complicated it gets, the more opportunity for bankers to do bad things and steal your money, and then we're right back to square one. So my personal opinion, I think it's got to be simple. It's got to be simple, straightforward. Here's something for you to invest in if you choose to. Here's your unlimited Visa card, whatever. Yeah, I mean, again, your private banker is going to help you with all those things, and you have to be careful. The more people that you bring into this, and the more people know about, especially if you are well stacked on dinar or something. Um, Do you really want that many people having their fingers in the pie? I don't. How do you solve a problem like me? Hard to know what to invest in if you don't know how much you're getting. You want to have, so let's say if you're getting $1 million, what does that look like as far as like, what are you going to do? What are you going to pay off? Do you need a car? Do you need a house? And you take care of your basic needs, and then what's left over, then you would talk to maybe a wealth manager and look for small investments. You may have to invest in a long-term gain, but if you're going to get more, say you're going to get back $5 million. That first $1 million is going to take care of all your needs, and then you got $4 million to invest, real estate, gold, precious metals, crypto. So you got a little bit more to play with. Now, if you're very diversified in all the currencies and you're getting a ton of money back, then you would want to really like maybe talk about ramping up your team. Blind out, I am not. I was in a car wreck. I was going to enlist, and I messed up my neck. I got herniated discs in there, so was medically disqualified. My dad was a Vietnam era Paris Island crazy ass Marine, and he drilled that lifestyle into me. So that's why I look the way I look. Blockchain, do I think a reinstatement will happen next month? I think all the cards are on the table from next week to don't hate me, but it could be the 1st of April. There's a couple of things that could happen. It could go 1-to-1. It could go at 76 cents. It could be reinstated. It could be a managed float from there. Me personally, and I've said this for the last couple of years, I think it's coming straight out of the gate swinging. I think we're going to see, the real effective exchange rate. And I think we're going to be looking at, like I said earlier, 347 to 6. Possibility all day long it could be 13, but Mike borrows psychic girlfriend. Okay. All right, guys, I got to run. Thank you so much for being on here. This has been a blast. It's been a pick me up today. It's been a rough day, so you guys are awesome, and I appreciate being on here. So I'm going to try to get on here and either do a video or a live every day, just because things are happening so fast. So wish you all the best. You guys are awesome, and I'll see you on the next one. Peace out.